to a seat. And as I sat down, I heard a clanking noise. And this clanking noise was starting to get louder and louder. And I started to notice that my seat was moving forward. It was moving in a forward position. And then all of a sudden, the clanking noise was getting even louder. And at that moment, when it was getting louder, my seat lunged back, and I was moving at an angle in a forward position. Finally, my seat came to a stop. And in a second, the seat began to fall in a spiral position as I was moving down, and I was thinking, oh my God, what is going on? Where is my brake run? Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most distinguished guests, that description that I just gave you was a description of my life within the last 11 months. You see, within a period of 3 weeks, I got a new job. I was asked to be an area governor, and boy, did I really do it to Carlos and I, because at that moment when they asked me to be an area governor, guess what? I asked my husband, hey, the district's calling us and asking, us to help them, that they needed area governors. And Carlos and I, we love to help people. We really do, but boy, we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. 2 area governors, full-time jobs, children, 4 children. And my husband was noble, and he said, you know what, honey, you want to do this? I'll do it with you. We'll help each other. Let's go for it. And then a week after that, my son gets expelled from his school that he's been in since he was in kindergarten and facing possible expulsion of the school district. So it was very challenging because I started a new job and I had to coordinate some time to get off of this new job and go talk to the principal at his school that he was presently at, and then go before the school district, and then go to another appointment with the new principal at the new school, and come up with a game plan to get my son on track so that he would not be expelled from the Alhambra School District. I did not want him leaving the Alhambra School District. That school district is awesome. And the school that he was at was a blue ribbon school, and I thought, what a loss, because who knows where they're going to put my son. They get to decide where he goes, and now we just have to follow because of what he had done. It was mind-racking, because I thought the time that I was taking off from work, I was probably going to be asked to leave. That wasn't the case, thank goodness, because my boss had a similar problem with her nephew that she was raising, which was like, okay, good. She understands it. But the area governor position, that was challenging. We had to go to meetings. I had 5 clubs underneath me. Carlos had 6. And we planned that we were going to do these meetings together. Well, I didn't think about that. Some of these meetings happened during the day. I had a new job. How the heck could I tell my boss, hey, I'm going to go to this meeting for Toastmasters during the day on top of all the other meetings that I'm having with the school district and the principals and all this. So I really had to beg my husband, please could you please go visit the clubs that I had during the day on top of all of his clubs were day meetings as well. There was no night meetings. And I thought, how awful. I got him in this position. I totally coaxed him into being an area governor, but he pulled through. He pulled through without complaining, and he was so supportive. And we were able to do this. You know what I learned from all of this stuff? I learned that I didn't have to think of life as a chore, because I would get really peeved. I was anything but pleasant to be around for my husband. I would get peeved when things didn't go my way. And as you can tell, this year didn't really go my way. And I learned that I didn't have to get upset about these issues in life. And I learned that things were always going to be coming at me. What mattered was how I dealt with those things. What mattered was that my husband and I partnered together and take it on together versus me feeling alone and being the type of person that I am, I will usually go and do things on my own and then tell them about it later. No, I couldn't do that anymore. Things became more easy when we worked together as a team. So what we did with the area governor role was I called up all the clubs, whether it was his or mine, and I started scheduling appointments for him and myself. And that's how the way we started meeting with all the clubs and cheering them on. And I thought, you know, I'm a good cheerleader. I really want them to see how much Toastmasters has helped me, and I want to really inspire them and motivate them that they could possibly do better for themselves and in their lives. Well, Carlos's area is gone distinguished. I'm one CC away from going distinguished. That's why I'm up here today, because I'm going to get my area to distinguished. It's more distinguished, let me tell you. So, my son, everything worked out with him as well. He's staying in the Humber School District. He's going to a school that's going to be closer to us now, well, actually my parents' house. But it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Carlos and myself pulling together, working with my son. There were times where we would be here and we'd have to leave because of the fact he was in trouble or he did something. I mean, every day for about 3 months, I was getting a phone call from the school saying that he was sick. Well, guess what? His asthma had flared up. It had been dormant for a very long time. It flared up. I didn't realize that the school was right next to a golf course. And nobody at the school thought of it either. So my son was getting sick. He ended up in the emergency room 3 times within this month alone. And I thought he was faking it. I was just thinking, oh, maybe he's really rolling in the grass and making his asthma flare up on purpose so he doesn't have to go to that school. And finally, when it clicked that he wasn't doing it, I apologized to him. And I thought, I'm so sorry. Let me help you get better. Let me help you. Let me help you find another school so that you can go to next year and you'll be comfortable. You'll be more productive. He completed all the requirements of him. His grade average rose a little bit. Next year, that's our goal, working on his grades. And Carlos and my marriage, through Toastmasters and being area governors, our relationship has really strengthened. And me as a person myself, I have become so much stronger. And when other people are going through problems, I tell them, you need to slow down. Where's your break run? When are you going to slow down? When are you going to stop moving in a way that is so out of control that you don't have time to plan for your next steps, for the challenges that you're facing? Madam President.
Is that marvelous or what? Is that the heart of the lions?